dash and that part off, and the steering box has a lot of slop in it. It's just sloppy everywhere. Now this arm here has been loose. That, if I feel over there, that wriggles around. To take the dash off, the dash was supposed to have two bolts coming down through onto here, but the dash was just all slopping around everywhere. So I had a bit of a look at what was going on, and when I've got the dash off here, this is the wrong tube here. This is off a golden grey, it's off a 35, an FE35, an early one. So when this tractor had a fire at some stage in its life, yeah, that's par for the course. That something must have happened here, and they've just found anything to do the job. There's a lot of movement there, and that goes up and down probably a good quarter of an inch, the main shaft. Now that's supported by the two pegs down the bottom. But at this stage, while it's bolted to the tractor, loosen off these two nuts, one each side, and mainly because when you get it on the bench, yeah, it's just harder to do. You can actually just do this up by undoing this one side here and do it in the tractor. Now on the 35, you'll remember from the FE35 series, we had to actually lift the bolt up, or lift the battery box up. Now I just turned that microphone around. I noticed it was facing a different direction, so I think we should be right though. So look, we're going to take this off. We're going to get it set up on a bench to do it up. I do have another column here to put on it. So at this stage, for the top there, I'm just going to loosen the bolts if I can. Looks like I can't fit the ring spanner right around that one, but just loosen them just so it's easy now. Now they've put a cork gasket under here, which is just a heap of rubbish. Like, how's that gonna hold anything? It'll compress, and so your steering will be all over the shop. We're going to do the gearbox up on the tractor, so I noticed these bolts here, the four front ones are loose. They've just been finger tight, so we'll just undo those. There's one just near your high-low gear stick to the side, then one down the bottom. So we'll just pop them out. If you're going to do the gearbox up, the steering column has to come off anyway, but you can lift the whole steering box up with the dash and all that intact, but I've decided not to, just to give a clear run. Now I'll just set the bolts in the bell housing because that's an easy place before I go and get a proper pot. You'll hear the shed creaking a bit. It's a day where the sun's coming out and the shed expands, then we get a bit of shade and it goes the other way. So that creakling and crackling in the background, that's just the big tin shed here expanding and contracting. It's around 30 degrees Celsius, but the odd cloud comes across, so everything gets warm, then she shrinks back down. Right, I'll just come over through here. I'll use the right end of the spanner. If I can get in under here. Got a lot of slop in this whole thing. Should have been a wild old drive down the road. They're 11/16 spanner fits them, 7/16 UNC bolt. A couple of nuts here, we'll just get out of the way. If in doubt, put it on the seat. goes in there, then this last one. And now you can see the front of that box just came up a little bit. There's spring detents in here to hold the gears in hold the selector shafts in place when you pick a gear. There's not much wear in the bottom there, but I should be able, if I lift it my way, you'll be able to see what's there as we come. And there you go, there's your main high-low, there's your 1, 2, 3 gear stick. You have your selector detent springs here. Boy, that looks nice in there. There's just no wear at all. But anyway, we'll get this steering box up onto a bench and we'll do a bit of dismantling.